One day I cried at the table because I sipped some water. My mouth was on fire. And the first thing that came to my mind, because I sang in the choir as a kid in church, was this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. I couldn't sing because my mouth hurt so bad. I had to hum it. And my wife heard me. She started crying because she couldn't do anything for me. I looked in the mirror one morning and I was like, you look terrible. I need you to call them, give them a heads up. What to expect when they see me, because I'm not going to look like what they expect. My ENT doctor said, hey, you're a survivor right now, but there's always a chance of a recurrence or cancer showing up in another, someplace else in your body. There's always that chance. My body produces cancer cells. I deal with it every single day. I'm thinking about it. Every time I feel something. Is it that?
Yes.
What is that?
Let's start talking about the treatment.
Okay.
Can you walk us through like the treatment that you went through?
Yes, it was 7 weeks of radiation and 7 weeks of chemo, 1 day a week chemo. And I
And you
remember,
had to do radiation and chemo?
yep, the radiation actually kills the tumor
Okay.
on the tonsil,
Okay.
and the chemo just cleans up any cells that may be floating in your
Okay.
body. But when I was talking to my doctor about it, he was like, "Hey, this this treatment has been tried and true. It's been shown to be very effective.
Okay.
This particular type, especially HPV cancer, is very uh, it can be it's very treatable and
Yeah.
curable." And so he's like, so it's a 7 week regimen. And I was like, I'm a former athlete, so I'm like, 7 weeks I could do anything, because at this point I'm like, I heard treatable and curable, over 90% rate.
Ooh, that's very
So
encouraging.
I'm like, in only 7 weeks, okay, I got this. I'm not thinking about the side effects or anything, but I'm just thinking 7 weeks, I can do this. So as I'm getting more and more information, because I had a whole team. I had a speech therapist, a dietitian, of course, radiologist, oncologist, and they're like, I had to go to chemo school, learn about what to expect during chemo treatments, side effects, what to expect from radiation, and dietitian was like, your taste buds are gonna get jacked up, and she was like, about week 3, you're gonna notice a change. First day of week 3, I woke up, tried to eat some Honey Nut Cheerios. I got up and spit it right in the trash. I was like, what happened overnight?
So, is it because the Cheerios, you big kid? I guess I had to say, you big kid. The Cheerios, did they not taste good?
It was terrible.
Really? It was like that bad?
It was first of all, from the radiation treatments, you get a metallic taste in your mouth,
Okay.
and then your taste buds are being altered because the cells in my throat are being changed, and my mouth, because the radiation treatments, even though they're being targeted towards that right tonsil, there's still some spillage in other areas, saliva glands, this and that,
Oh, wow.
thyroid, the tongue, and so it was like it was just terrible, and I just didn't know. It was like overnight, just like that. I said, well, she did say week 3.
And you said overnight, so like the night before, everything seemed normal.
It wasn't normal, but I could taste food
Yeah.
without any
And you still
issues.
was enjoying
Yes.
yourself. Okay, gotcha. So how was day one?
Day one was perfect. Other than the mask, I had to wear a mask so it goes over my head, face, and my shoulders, because when that laser is going around, you can't move.
And how long did you have to stay still?
It was about 15. The first day was probably about 20, 25 minutes.
Okay. So you described March 13th as being the worst day for you. So
Yes.
what made it the worst day of radiation?
It wasn't the worst day of radiation. It was just the worst day that I had experienced so far at that point, because the radiation treatments, like I said, is progressive. So I'm really starting to feel the effects of it. So then my mind is also I'm getting tired.
Right.
So then I'm starting to think about my family. Those what ifs started popping up again. And it was like, gosh, and I'm just thinking about, I got grandchildren, my kids, And it was just mentally and emotionally, it was starting to get to me. Because, even going through the treatments, I'm seeing folks, you see people come in and come out. And even at chemo, I'm walking around with a chemo drip. And it's like a little track. And with the
Okay.
rooms on the outside, because everybody have their own room. As I walk around, I can look into the rooms because it's all glass. And there was some really sick people up
Oh,
in there getting chemo
wow.
treatments, and I was like, I get to go home every day. So I was thinking I'm having it pretty good, but I still the just the visual of seeing all that, and I'm my body's starting to feel a little bad and everything. It was like it was a tough day, and I was like, what if I don't make it?
Oh, wow. So what other symptoms or side effects did you experience that was very tough for you? Did your throat ache,
It
like
was my
sore throat?
it wasn't my so much my throat. It was my tongue, because the radiation treatments sores were developing on my tongue. So if you try to eat anything,
Yeah.
you feeling everything, and it was just painful. I mean, you put something in your mouth. They gave you this stuff called magic mouthwash, and it worked. It numb your mouth, but it only lasts about 10 minutes. And my parade food, I couldn't eat it in 10 minutes, and you couldn't say, okay, well, it's wearing off. Let me take some more. You had to wait a few hours to take some
Oh,
more.
really? A
Yes,
few
yes,
hours.
to take some more. So you couldn't take it back to back. But it was and, and then I didn't have saliva, so my mouth was,
Dry.
because it was hitting my saliva gland, so my mouth was dry. And they had told me, you got to drink 2 liters of water every day.
And how can you get that in if your mouth is
Yeah,
sore?
that, and then you're gonna run into the bathroom all day. So, so it was just a lot of changes, like, my thyroid, my was being damaged. My tongue was the worst though, because you can't swallow. I mean, you can't. If it hurt that bad to put in your mouth, you don't want to put in your mouth.
Yeah.
And I got to a point. It was like I would just rather not eat.
So that's what probably caused you to really lose the weight.
Yeah, it's like those last 2 weeks, I really dropped, and because I know I looked in the mirror one morning and I was like, "You look terrible." I was just brushing my teeth and I looked in the mirror. I was like, I mean, to me, I looked terrible. And that was week 6, and my daughter was taking me to chemo that morning, and I remember telling her, I was like, because I knew my sons are coming in the following week because it was week 7. Next Friday is
Yeah.
it. I was like, I need you to call them, give them a heads up what to
Yeah.
expect when they see me, because I'm not gonna look like what they expect.
So now fast forwarding a little bit. First, I want to talk about the mask.
Okay.
Tell us what you did. Tell us about what you did with your mask.
The mask, they give you a mask on your last day of treatment, and so you do whatever you want to do with it. You can leave it there, you can take it home, and it's yours. So your insurance paid for it, or you paid
Right.
for it. So a lot of people, I've read that, it's those days were so dark, they just took a hammer to it, and or took it in the backyard and shot it up or whatever. And others, they turned it into a piece of art. And so what I chose to do, I said, I think I like to have it as a piece of art.
Yeah.
And so I went to a class that John Hopkins sponsored, and it was art therapy. And it was me and 6 or 7 others in it. And so, we're all survivors. And so, you're talking about what you went through, what were your emotions, what were your
Yeah.
feelings. And I had never thought about all that when I looked at my mask. And then as I'm thinking back, I was like, it was a battle. It was a fight every day. And it's like, and my uncle, hey, she always talk about, a warrior. I said, I think I took on that mentality. So I did some more research, and I found an artist in Canada.
Wow.
And she did math. She was a radiologist
Oh,
for
wow.
head and neck cancers
Yeah.
and for kids. And so she had some examples of her work, because what she was doing, if your favorite superhero was Batman, Superwoman,
Yeah.
whatever, she would transpose your mask into that character. So when that kid goes in for treatment, they are a superhero.
That's amazing.
So I was like,
I
man,
want her.
yeah. I was like, my question was, I wonder will she do my mask? And I'm was willing to pay for it. So I contacted her, told her what I had been through, what I was looking at, and she said, and of course I asked her what was her fee, and she said, all I need you to do is just send it to me, to Canada. And I was like, okay, I'll send it to
That's a
you.
blessing.
Yep, it had that warrior mentality
Yeah.
on it, and I was like, Jerry nailed it.
Yeah.
She nailed it, and she just sent it back to me,
Uh-huh.
and but it was getting back to art therapy, I had no idea what all went into it, but it brought out some feelings and some
Into emotions.
emotions, and listening to the other folks there that had been through it. It's like we all have similarities, but everyone's journey is different.
Different. Yeah.
Everyone's is different.
That's the reason why they always ask if you want to do group therapy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, and I think it's important just for that fact
Yeah.
that
Yep.
you can hear other people's story and then you can hear the similarities, but yet still hear other people's differences. And then it makes you grateful sometimes, like, dang, I didn't go through that. But
Exactly right.
yeah.
Cause I was like, I said, man, you had it bad. Good gracious, I ain't have to deal with that. So it was like I say, it just makes you grateful
Grateful,
and
yes,
thankful. Like,
that.
what I went through was bad enough, but wasn't that bad.
Yeah. And I'm glad you did the therapy though, because a lot of people who have had cancer, even though you said, did you say you don't like when people say you beat cancer, or you like
Yeah,
when they
I don't like it. Yeah,
okay,
I would never say I beat it because I just know how vicious.
survive, right?
Yes.
People that survive
Yeah.
cancer, they become depressed afterwards.
Yes.
They go through that mental battle and they
Mm.
need a little bit more help. So the
And
therapy is great.
and therapy is great because dealing with cancer is bad enough. But for me, I think going through the treatments was probably better than post treatments because now I deal with it every single
Single,
day. I'm thinking about every time I feel something. Is it back?
yes,
What is that?
yeah,
And my doctor said, if you feel something let us know this and that. Okay, I'm 61, so I'm gonna feel some stuff. Is it just I'm getting older, or is it cancer back or someplace else? You just don't know.
yeah,
But you can't call the doctor every 2 or 3 days.
yeah. You can't. So you can't have too many paranoid moments.
No.
Okay, so I have a couple of more questions for you that I think that everybody would want to know or hear. So by February 2025, you completed Cancer Hope Network mentoring training.
Yes.
Why was it important for you to give back and support others walking through their storm?
It was important to me because although the doctors had prepared me very well for what I was going to be going through, and with respect after the treatments, there were some instances, some days where it's like it would sure be good to talk to somebody that's actually been through it because it was some of the things I was feeling was like I don't remember the doctors telling me about this. Is this normal? Or was this normal? It was just one thing that I thought that was like if somebody have actually been through this, I got the professional and the experts perspective on it. Give me somebody that's actually been through the fire that I could talk to. Not every day, but just here and there. Just if I have a question, I could just reach out to him or her. But I didn't have that opportunity. So I was like, let me make myself available in case someone does want to reach out.
That's good.
And like I said, another way of giving back. And so that's why, and my nurse, my radiation nurse, Richie Rich, he's the one that recommended it. He was like, "Hey, I think you'd be a good person to mentor, to join this mentoring network." And I was like, "Okay." And like I said, I'm retired, so what am I doing every day anyway? So I
You got
elected,
time.
yeah, I have time. So I went ahead and you go through training and this and that, and then match you with someone. So right now I'm assigned to two people, and everything seems to be going pretty well.
Are these the only two so far that you've mentored?
Through this program, yes.
Okay.
But there's another gentleman that I mentored just through a mutual friend. He
Okay.
had tongue cancer. Same thing, HPV. And my friend was like, hey, I
Goodness
ain't gonna say his name.
gracious.
Unfortunately, head and neck cancer, throat cancer,
Mm-hmm.
has been on the rise over the last 10, 15 years,
Mm-hmm.
drastically, and especially with men our
Mm-hmm.
age.
Mm-hmm.
And so my buddy called me up. Hey, I ain't gonna say his name on here, but he's
Mm-hmm.
like, hey, he just got diagnosed with tongue cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Can he call you? Sure can.
Mm-hmm.
And this was last summer, so he's been through treatments.
Mm-hmm.
He's no evidence of disease, so
Mm-hmm.
he's a survivor.
Yep.
But going through the process, it's right there for him. And he had a lot of questions, but
Mm-hmm.
he read my blog and stuff, but he
Mm-hmm.
still had questions
Mm-hmm.
right there for him. Just
Yeah.
but it was like, hey, I just had this mentoring training. I could utilize it on him.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's outside of the network, but
Mm-hmm.
same principles apply.
Yeah. It's a ministry for real.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely,
It is.
absolutely.
And like my pastor say I screw this phrase up every time, but he says, we everything that we go through is not just for us, it's for someone else, right?
Mm.
And he always says, I can't I can't remember it, but I'm gonna try. He says, later on in life, basically, down the street, around the corner, you're gonna run into someone just like you.
Ooh.
So you basically have to be ready to encourage them
Mm-hmm.
because look where you are now. You get to reach them where they are, where you used to be,
Yes.
and help pull them along to where you are now.
Yeah.
So it's a ministry,
It,
you know.
it is. Never
So,
thought of it that way, but you're absolutely right.
yeah. So you doing kingdom work.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. Okay, so here's the last question. We're wrapping it up. On April the 5th, 1 year after finishing treatment, you reflected on gratitude, family, and faith. Looking back, what's the biggest spiritual lesson God taught you through through that year of recovery?
A mustard seed, faith, believing.
Mm-hmm.
You got to stand on His word.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because there were some days I was wavering,
Mm-hmm.
but just, I always came back to it. He said He was going to take care of me. And I trust Him, so I'm not going to jump off the ship right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just that mustard seed, something as small as a mustard seed.
Mm-hmm.
So I carried that with me as well. But it was like it was a collective effort, like I said, family and
Mm-hmm.
everything. But it was like I needed something more stronger than them because it was like I said, there were some days
Mm-hmm.
that things weren't. I'm not saying they weren't looking good. There was never any doubt that I didn't never think I was dying or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But there was some just days I was just feeling terrible.
Yeah.
Like that one day I cried at the table, and it was funny because I drank I sipped some water,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the day after my treatment, my last treatment,
Mm-hmm.
and my mouth was on fire.
Mm.
And the first thing that came to my mind, 'cause I sang in the choir as a kid in church,
Mm-hmm.
was this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine.
Mm.
I couldn't sing because my mouth hurt so bad. I had to hum it, and my wife heard me.
Mm-hmm.
She started crying
Mm.
because she couldn't do anything for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, I need something powerful because these drugs,
Mm-hmm.
they're not working right now.
Mm-hmm.
I need something else to get me through this.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like one day at a time.
Yeah.
Let's keep the faith.
Keep the faith one day at a
And
time.
here we are today, 20 months later.
Mm-hmm.
Still got some bruises from it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm here.
That's a good thing about him knowing the beginning from the end.
Yeah. Yep.
You just
And
gotta walk with him.
yeah, it may not be easy all the time, but like I said, when you surround yourself with positive folks, like I said, as you said before, a lot of folks they just prayed for me.
Mm-hmm.
When I didn't even see it coming to just pray, when like DB and Sats, when I told them, it was just like, okay, let's pray.
Mm-hmm.
When I called my cousins, they about to go to Texas, my cousin Beanie, okay, let's pray.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I let one of my friends, Shelly Ray, read the blog, and she's like, people had their hands all over you.
Well, everybody, this has been a great episode. And I want to say, anybody that's dealing with any type of cancer, We pray that you are encouraged by this episode, and we are praying for you as usual. Stay strong and always stay connected with the Lord because He will bring you through. Until next time, we'll see y'all again for the next episode of Armed with Your Testimony. Have a good one.
Amen.